Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and depending from where you are watching us from. If today is the first time of coming across our video and you like the way we are propagating the gospel of Biafra, please subscribe, like, and share. All right, you will listen to the analysis of this our brother. He has been doing a very tremendous job in analyzing the menace of Fulani militia. He has been doing a very tremendous job, very recommendable. Very, very recommendable. Also, you will listen to the opinions of people concerning Fulani and how the governors or the elites from the south are abating and paving a way for the Fulani conquest of other tribes. And one thing that baffles me is that the same template Fulani used to conquer the Hausas. These are the same template they are using to conquer the South. They vow that they would dip their Quran into the Atlantic Ocean, and they are doing everything possible to make sure they accomplish this their mission. Funny enough, the people whom the South regarded as the elders, whom the South regarded as the politicians and elder statesmen, they are paving ways for them to accomplish this mission. They're paving ways for them with the look of things and what is going on. Look at what is going on in the Southeast. Like one of the brother highlighted, you will listen to the audio conversation. If you are observant enough, you will notice that each time ESN or Biafra Liberation Army slowed down in checkmating them, in conducting their operations, that's the time they will launch the attack massively. Just in the space of time in which Simon was called by Finnish authority for questioning, just check the number of buying that have taken place in southern part of Nigeria or Biafra land. Check the number of buying, check their menace. Then it looks as if it's a coordinated plan. Because when Simon was here, a lot of politicians, elders, we are going to different radio and television stations saying that Simon is the one responsible for the insecurity. Immediately Simon was out of the scene. Fulani started attacking. And if you the people who were complaining of the full or complaining of how Simon was causing insecurity, they are no longer talking. It looks as if this is a just coordinated plan. They are no longer talking. It looks as if it's a planned deal, it's a planned work. Look at the onslaught all over the Biafra land. We have to wake up. We have to wake up because if we continue to keep silent, our existence as a tribe, as an ethnic group, is under serious threat. And this is what N1gga have been lamenting for many years. Simon still came on board after the kidnapping of N1gga, still complaining, floated Eastern Security Network to curtail and to attack these guys. Yesterday, we saw the footage of Nigerian forces engaging Biafra military, liberation military. Then the question you should be asking yourself as somebody that comes from that eastern part of Nigeria, people have been complaining, lamenting about Fulani militia attacking villages. Why have the governors or why have the federal government not send these security agents you saw attacking Eastern Security, attacking Biafra Liberation Army? Why didn't the governor or the federal government send those security agents to go and confront this Fulani militia? Why? Why did they choose to attack Biafra Liberation Army instead of Fulani militia? It's a question you guys to be asking yourself. And to you, they use to push this narrative that Simon and Autopilot were the people responsible for the insecurity. You that they used to push this narrative. I'm asking you, what is happening now? That Ali Igbo you've been lamenting, crying that Ali Igbo is bleeding, Ali Igbo is this, that, when Simon was a free man. Is that Ali Igbo peaceful now? Why are you not complaining and lamenting about what is going on in Ali Igbo now? Why? Why do you suddenly keep silent? Do you see how you are abating the emasculation of your tribe or of your race because of destructive envy? The same template is what Fulani used to emasculate Hausas today. Hausa don't exist anymore. It's only their language that exists. You allow Fulani to use you, people who sacrifice themselves to liberate you. And funny enough, is the people who were even shouting for Biafra freedom. They were the people they used this time. So shameful. So shameful. I want you guys to listen to this, our brother analysis, and also listen to the opinions of people concerning what is going on in Nigeria. I greet you all. Peace and love.
This is the evening of Sunday, the 6th day of April, 2025. Yesterday, it was breaking that herdsmen invade Benue community and hometown of the former Senate President David Mark residence. David Mark residence currently fleeing. Okay. Yesterday in Benue State, the herdsmen invaded the community of the former Senate President David Mark, and the community people flee, leaving their homes for the Fulani terrorists. The other day it was a Gowon's community, the Sagowon community, and as I speak to you now, the living bodies in Gowon's community, I think majority of them are animals. I'm sorry to, use animals in place of human beings, but that is the reality, and that is what we are seeing in Nigeria right now. So the sacking of this community, including the former Senate President David Mark community, is not a new thing or surprising thing in Benue. If you are in Nigeria or you have been following news about insecurity, you would understand that the Benue State, Plateau State, these are the major areas where the ethnic cleansing is going on. All right.
Fleeing with their luggage. What we met was nothing but the definition of sadness. People left with severe injuries. An abandoned child whose mother was killed.
I was waiting to hear what is going out. They brought the child, that they have killed the mother. After they killed the mother, the person that brought the child said that they have killed his own too, and they are taking his own inside the room and rock it.
Several others who sustained injuries from gunshots while fleeing the attacks are currently receiving treatment at the N1gga Christian Hospital in Ochi. Other witnesses and affected persons share their pains.
Yesterday night I go market. As I come back, Fulani come attack me for load. Then therefore, me I dey one, 4 of them hold gun. Then as they try to shoot me, they no fit. Because 4 of them they cover me they middle. Then as I can't try escape for their hand, I start to run. First bullet they shoot me for here. The second one they shoot me into stomach.
On the other part of my cousin brother Oni, we used to call him Titus N1gga. He was shot dead yesterday. he also, the brother, the son also is receiving treatment at N1gga Hospital, Ochi. And the situation is not safe for those casualties.
The local government chairman meets with the traditional rulers, security agency, and Taka prominent sons, after which she condemned the act.
We really condemn the killings in Benue State. We really condemn it. It's barbaric.
Benue State Governor Samuel Otom again laments over the gruesome murder.
The blood of my people who are innocent, who have not committed any crime, we go after those Fulani people with their accomplice, all those people who know their mission and are doing it. God will definitely avenge the blood.
This is nevertheless right. Enjoined the security really operatives to do more in crime prevention, protection of lives and property in the land, just as he urged the people to cooperate with security.
Yes, that was the report from the TVC News. When you look at what is going on in Nigeria, there is no time to talk much, okay? There is no time to talk much. Everybody is now aware. It's only, few people by statistics that are not aware of the coordinated ethnic cleansing that is going on. I'm not talking about only aware of the insecurity challenges in Nigeria, okay? I'm talking about, are you aware that the government of Nigeria are the one sponsoring all this insecurity for the sole purpose of what they want to achieve? When I mean Nigeria government, I'm not talking about, the generality of it, but there are so many people who are loyal to the caliphate, who are sponsoring all these attacks going on. Even people from the government, they still confirm this. So it's not a new thing, but I think it is very important. Everybody in Nigeria should be aware of it. And that is why we do what we do. We want people to be aware of it. Not only knowing that we have insecurity challenges, but who are the causes? Who are the sponsors? Okay? Who are the sponsors of those people? Why would a government import terrorists from other countries into Nigeria? Why?
In trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. What has happened in Nigeria is that most of the time when something comes up today, we never sit back and say, how did we get to this point? We got to this point by virtue of the fact of the effort to remove President Jonathan. There had always been this herder-farmer clash, but it never got to this point where whole communities were exterminated so that some people will be roaming freely within their land, which is what happens in Plateau and in Benue State.
I think Benue is the worst hit.
Precisely. Yeah. And you know why? Because most of the banks of the Benue is lush. Because it's watered by the Benue River. And so these people came and they want. And who are these people? And that's a question that we have not dealt with. The bill first said that we have to confine these people to the ranches within their states of origin. And somebody woke up and said, no, every Nigerian has a right to go around. There's no such thing like a state of origin. Why will anybody make that statement? Reason is that in trying to remove Jonathan, there were stateless persons that were from the Sahel region that were imported into Nigeria, and a former chairman of PDP made that statement. I'm not the person that made it.
But that importation is a fact, is it?
That importation is a fact. If you ask any Nigerian Fulani, he will tell you that there's something called the Bororo Fulani. And that Bororo Fulani are these imported ones. They don't own land. Therefore, what they want to do is to settle in Nigeria. They were given free passage, let me just say it, by the Buhari regime. And we were shouting at that time, don't bring people into Nigeria who are not Nigerians. They won't have sympathy. They won't know what has happened. All they want to do is displace you, take over your place, and roam freely within that place.
But there were cattle herders as well.
They were, but the Nigerian cattle herders were not carrying AK-47 rifles and other.
So these guys brought their guns
So
with
these guys
them.
brought their guns with them. First thing they did was to start to rustle the cattle belonging to Nigerians. And so a Nigerian herder who loses his cattle has nowhere else to go. He becomes part of them because he is given, okay, you either join us or you got nothing. And some of them, of course, joined. And so we have this complicated problem. And this complicated problem is what we want to solve by saying, can we confine you to a particular place? If you have, okay, what you want to do is to move your cattle from where there is grass to another place where there is grass, and you can roam around with them. And I also pointed out on the floor of the Senate that Governor Ganduje at a particular time said, my state, Kano, has more than enough land for all the herders in Nigeria to go around with it.
If restructuring is to manage Nigerian problems, or if restructuring is to try to see if we can make things better under Nigerian scenario, that's a good option. But if restructuring is to get Biafra, it will still result in chaos. From what we've seen in other places, unless the outside decided one day, man, we are tired of these Christians, they should go. And that's what the only way you will do that is to remove them from power. Once you remove the Hausas from power for too long, they will go. Just like they did the Igbos. You see, the Igbo has been out of power for 60 years. If you can plan and remove, keep them out of power, there we go. Like for instance, now Tinubu Chicha Keta, we can do Igbo get connive with Tinubu. Or Chicha is 8 years. I will only Igbo tinye there. Only Igbo Chicha kwa 8 years. I will only Yoruba tinye there. That's how we pull out of Nigeria. There we go. So the multi-ethnic society is difficult to develop. You watch America, Trump na Agbaro, he's deporting non-whites. He wants whites, instead of telling the white people to have more children, which if they do have more children, they'll be more super majority, but they're not having children. Cat mama, they want the population because they want to be in dominance. So there's nothing civilization about it. There's nothing about civilization about it. And that is another problem, the Biafra movement in N1gga. Now, the Biafran agitation is having internal problems. It's not even Nigerian state. Nigerian state at Wage, we watch here, the psychology of other Nigerians, they change. The Yorubas are secretly planning for Dudowa. They don't talk too much there. I know they are planning for it. It is no longer like in 1960 where they want the Igbos to be there. That's why they're building up their place. The Hausa, you see them talking openly. Oh, let us share the country peacefully. If you come into my own country, you respect it. You saw the Hausa guy talking, and you saw the other one giving lecture in the mosque. Araba, 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 Shukwa, Araba. They psychologically, they are slowly but surely accepting an inevitable reality. Then it surprises me, the people that is able out is the one opposing what will be inevitable. It's a matter of time. It will be inevitable. Okay? Oh, treat an Igbo man the same way you treat an Hausa man, that's bullshit. Ị bịa na Lagos, lụọ 1,000 store. Iweta azụ ụka na ụzọ big tinye ebe ahụ. Inyerekwa ụzọ big shop. Inyerekwa azụ ụka shop. Iwelu the whole 1,000 shop. Nyeche ndị Yoruba. Ụzọ big na azụ ụka na-erekwa ihe na-eme akụkụ main road ebe ahụ. Ị na-abịazi next year, ụzọ big out of that 1,000 were 300 stores. Out of that 1,000 or Azuka were 400 stores. You think I will be happy with them? No, I'm not going to be happy with them. I'll find a way to sabotage them. That is what you are saying. So are they only perform here? I like here. I can do what you do. And on Fenton, he and Aquanishi water, swearing ego catches the arrow. I want to as the only way I get the law of in Nigeria as an Igbo man is if you don't want beer. I run a hotel. But as long as on abo either who's a big na main road, in your shop. Either Azuka na main road, in your shop. Tomorrow he will cut the whole shop, nobody will like you. You can go and ask the Jews. That's why they want to find Israel to protect themselves. Nobody will like you. Or Abiana University, eti mathematics, gacha onye ọbụla, eti physics, gacha onye ọbụla, eti biology, gacha onye ọbụla. Ibe gị na-eje pati nọ na okpuru street light na-agụ akwụkwọ. Ndị NEPA were ọkụ were candle wee na-agụ akwụkwọ. Somebody will shoot you there. Fulani nọrọ ebe were egbe gbaa agha. So that is the problem Igbos are facing. That's why when I hear Igbos say, oh, treat it, no, it's only a foolish man that will treat you the same. When they already see your vigorosity. That is the inherent problem the Igbos have in Nigeria. So if you want to remove that inherent problem, then bidong wabia. Bidong bolonya angroma. Once you bolonya angroma, people will like you. If only boy takara Mr. Pass, Jide Abajinaka, the bastard with 20 million in the bank. Will you come and help him? You say, look at this man, he's wearing takarami with the leg and holding bag, and he wants to, he has 20 million in the bank. And Yoruba has almost kobo loshini, Uriyo be, Uriyo da. That's that hatred will come in. You can go and ask the Jews. They will explain this better to you than me. So ada pampa onye do vigorous. Even CIA there, CIA book. Igbo influence area. Ha include the Makodi. I see now the problem how Maraka Hagi is what the other small try to join the Igbos, that the Igbos are very vigorous. And the white people know. So why is the Igbos don't know that? Yes, the white people know. So why the Igbos themselves don't know that? And that thing the white people know. Another disadvantage of Biafra, I will show you Biafran liability and Biafran assets. Serious. The problem is that the people doing it is not serious. Now the major internal problem is not even the outside that is the problem. It's the internal problem. That's why I said they need to reorganize and it's a long-term plan. But the pressure has to continue so that the other ones knows that, hey, you don't want to be here. Now, Biafran assets and liability. Biafran assets with the genocide of 1967. That's why the Nigerian government is in Biafra as a terrorist organization, and even the UK and I has in a lie, because they are still battling with that guilt of genocide. They have about 5 million people. That's Biafran assets there. Biafran liability is that Igbo man is too smart. His success will liberate black people around the world, especially those ones living in Western country. The success of Biafra, if Biafra rise like South Korea, it means Black America is free. It means Haiti is free. It means Jamaica is free. In Africa. That is the problem. The white man knows that Igbos will succeed because they have seen them in their schools. So do you want him to succeed? The answer is no. They don't want you to succeed. That's why they are blocking you. That's why the people looking for Biafra have to be very crafty and very smart. They have to develop infrastructure that can make them be independent in action under any circumstance. All that independence in action goes in those. He switch his side. They will still come. They will switch side. Okay, be our friend. It has Israel in the Middle East. I don't talk to Ghana. Leave the Ghanaians alone. Come to our side. That's what they will do. But the Nigeria, you will always face opposition there because they are jealous of you. Unless it's unless it's news or big shared in Akoko Main Road or may go check the whole shop on Alaba. Unless you start behaving like that, well, that undermines your potential. But I will need a University of Ibadan where candle and I go up where then I go up on a street light. These guys will not like you. And have the problem of multi-ethnic society. That's the big problem with multi-ethnic society. So, in a nutshell, let me conclude it. Another problem, Biafra movement in N1gga, the minorities on the Biafran side is fearing domination. And the Igbo Biafrans is also behaving like the Fulani. I want a position as Sokocharia. So the other ones is suspecting that you will dominate them. Okay, because I see organizations that bring them in, they're always loyal. Lower Niger Congress brought them in. Rafu was leaking, go be the open way up. As that it was coming in. But Joe Arabeze declare president of Biafra, declare when prime minister. And he didn't say it's temporal. The other ones will say, see, they're taking all the power. And when 20 members, so nobody representing them. So these are the things that need to be worked out. If you want Biafra and you say no, but those who want to know has to be represented in everything that you are doing, given visible positions of power, so that they influence the area. Because inevitably it will be a showdown. I don't care how you restructure Nigeria, and we already know that. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Because Islamic North will never want to leave power. So let's me just go Nigeria and go Hachia for 100 years, negative 4 years, Hachia 100 years, negative 4 years. For how long will you continue that Hane Lutego? Looting federal money. Again, Mr. Perkins, Engineer Perkins' discussion have two angles: regional government or state autonomy as managing Nigerian problems, or regional government, state autonomy as a gateway to Biafra. Well, why I am not a fan of regional government, the reason I'm not a fan, I keep on warning people on it. There is no country that has more freedom in terms of republics that is attached together. Look at Nigeria's Igbo Republic, Hausa Republic, and Yoruba Republic attached together. There's no country that has autonomy. There's no country that has freedom. There's no country that has independence in terms of republics attached to form a nation like the Yugoslavia republics. You saw what happened there. Ethnic tension collapsed it, and thousands of people died. That is why I am suspicious of any of those kind of amalgams anywhere in the world. That's what they call Balkans. That place is called Balkans. That's why if you want to divide a country, they tell you Balkanization. You're trying to Balkanize it. So with that experience there, I'm very suspicious of attachment nations. That's why I keep on warning that while you are eating bread and suggesting any form of reforms in Nigeria, you need to be storing guns. And don't go and make trouble now, because we tend to make mistake. Once I give Emeka Africa gun now, he start to collect 20 naira from widows in his village. That's not what I'm saying. These guns has to be under lock and key. You leave it, watching situations. If it's peaceful, you dance and eat along. When chaos comes, you defend yourself. Now, if you make regional government in Nigeria or state autonomy, where your problem will start coming now is who will rule Nigeria. That is where the problem always comes. You see, the Hausas are not comfortable now that Tinubu is ruling. They want to come back to power. They're not comfortable. They want to come back to power. They want to be in charge. That is where the friction will come. That is where the problem will come. The problem will not come on resource distribution. The problem will not come on development. The problem will come on who will run the country. That is where the Yugoslavian problem came from. We've studied it extensively and know that everybody wants to be the head of state, the head of government. Okay? If you watch Nigeria now, the Hausas are not comfortable. They want to be in power. Then the Hausa forget that for the past 60 years, the Igbos are not in power. So what if Igbos say, no, I have to be in power too? You get chaos. And that chaos will result in killings. Now, if that killing starts, and those of you now running your mouth here, are you ready? That's the point we are making. When we are not saying for you to go out there and start causing trouble. What we are telling you is to prepare yourself so that the event of this, because it will eventually come. It will eventually come. The squabble for the control of Nigeria will come. It's a matter of time. Because there's no system. These are native countries. You cannot unite it. You can't tell me, oh, we're all Nigerians. You are ruling Nigeria every day. We're all Nigerians. You are ruling every day. I will not accept. So when you don't accept it, they will force you. That's where the violence will start. Okay, so it is very important we take a look around the world and see that these things doesn't work. And that's why I keep on referring people to Europe, because at least we like to go there. We like to dress like them. We like to drink their coffee. So I say, take a look over there. It doesn't work. Yes, that's why they are in small portions so that it is manageable. Small portions cooperating among themselves is manageable. Then they came to Africa, together, say, hey, giant of Africa. No, it will not work.
Maazị Nnekene, ọ dị egwu. 70k akwụgodie ozuho ka ha na-eme ka ha si na-ewo n'isi ife niile to take it back from us. Anyị ghọtara ife na-aga. Ha na-ewonikwa ife niile. Ine n'anya ego a na-akwụ before ka mma. Ọ ka dụdụ mma. Ewetuo fuel back to ife 200, 197, 198. Kusekwa na na-akwụ. People are living better with that than kita na mana na-ekwu ife economy ụfọdụ anyị aghọta. Anyị nwa bi na Nigeria kita ma ego anyị na-enweta bụ mara ife ọ na-ezulu anyị, mana now ọ gwasịrị ụfọdụ ife anyị hazi etinye na list na edecha list list ife anyị ego n'ụlọ. We don't put everything in the list because we cannot we will not live above our means. So ọ gbajigo dọlụ nke ị na-ekwu maka ndị senetọ nke ahụ dịka nke ife a na-akpọ ebe mmadụ aha elu afọ m onye pụtara sị ka aka onweghị onye menigolie among ka anyị esi mee. That is one of our problem. Our politicians cutting down their salary. That is a major problem.
My dear, it is horrible and terrible. You gotta go. And these are the things sometimes na-ekwunye ebe ndị isi ebe ndị ndu anyị nọ, gosi ebe a ka mmiri si bido and ebe a ka ihe si bido mebibe. Because ị na-akwụ mmadụ 70,000 kedu ihe 70,000 and ha na nwere ha mana nwere ihe ga-azụte ngwa akwụkwọ anụ na ya akwụ ha agaghị akwụ ya, ha ga-akwụgodi ya akwụ agaghị akwụ mgbe eji kwesị ekwe enwe ike jee 2-3 months. Okay, ha ngwa ha jee 2-3 months nga kwụsịkwa ya ha agaghị akwụ complete. Now, how do you want people to survive? Ya mere ndị mmadụ ji etiesi aka n'ihe ọjọọ. Ndị na-egwu wayo ka ha wa na survive. Ndị na-agba apliko na-agbasi nzamike. Ndị ga-eje ori enwere ike ịbata n'ọfịs ife ekwesịrị imelụ gị ọ bụ na ihe a ga-achaji 5,000 naira wee melụ gị. Ịghọtago enwere ike inyegodo bribe 3,000 or 3,500 or 2,500 or benzie 5,000. Ihe 2,500 bribe emerite na approve, then wa bịa kwụzie official fee 5,000. So the system bịa mee things are difficult. People must survive. So far ndị mmadụ dọ ndụ, ndị mmadụ aganwu through the channel, ndị na-ezu ori na-ezu, ndị na-eme kidnap na-kidnap. So the role of the government, they fail in total. Ha fail in total. Ha ga-ebutu price petrol. Number one thing in terms of transportation is that petrol. Apart from that, the first thing is food. Mana ebe niile na-akọ nri na ndị Fulani ejega ebe anyị ndị niile ọsọ. So many people na-akọ nri na Benue ma na some part of the north. Ha ncha niile nọ na IDP camp. Ndị na-akọzi akọ na afụrụ ihe akọ. Nke a na-akọzi akọ dị ezuzi obodo. Ihe niile aligo n'elu ọjị. Ihe na-akwụ mmadụ 70,000. So there are roles they need to play. So if they don't play that role, it's going to be difficult. And criminality cannot stop in Nigeria. Stealing cannot stop in Nigeria. Looting cannot stop in Nigeria. People will be looting from all corners. So the head of those criminality in Nigeria is the leaders, is the politicians, is the president and whatever they call themselves. They are the real criminals. Not the poor masses who are looking for one way or the other to survive. They are the real criminals. They are the reason why those who are stealing, they are the reason why those poor people who are stealing are stealing. They are the reason why. Because they have failed in total. Ijena so many schools now. Umazara goes akwụkwọ. Wasn't the jubble here me here. You need an immeasurable sorting, project sorting, sorting. There you go. Because all those teachers, lecturers, or whatever they call them, they have not been paid. Whatever they are getting is not enough. They also have family, they also have expenses, they also have things, and when they're not under them, how they take care of. Oh yeah, maybe they jaba kitikiti kata kata. For the Memepe private tuition center, where people will leave the school and come to their tuition center and take lectures and pay them so they can earn. Did you see? So it's a very, very, very corrupt system. And that is why those elites want the system to continue, because they are benefiting. And some people also want the system to continue like that, because either they benefit directly or indirectly, or maybe their own person is in power. They are not ready to change. Nigeria is not going to change. It's difficult. People are suffering.